Hello folks, Simulation for the Nation here. Hope you're doing very well. Today we are looking at Riverbend Springs, the new map for Farming Simulator 25, which Giants just dropped their blog for, detailing all of the information about it. Go and check over the link in the description to read a bit more about the new map and some of the features in there. But we're going to look through some of the screenshots they provided quickly here. And we're starting in this little woodland environment right here. And there's been a lot made of the new lighting for the game there, and this really strikes through. This is where I want to start here, because look at it coming through the trees there. Look how fantastic that looks. There is a lot to really get dug into and just to really appreciate here. It's going to make farming in the wee hours of the morning there that much more enjoyable, and it's going to give you just an amazing immersive experience as you look around the map. Also here, check out a few of the new weeds and terrain features that we have as well. So various items such as your new ferns are in here as well, which looks pretty cool. Might be local to the area, I don't know. And look what looked like painted on rocks there as well, which is quite neat. So it gives you a real option for future map makers there to be able to change up and personalize their own map terrain. Similarly, again, this little stream next to it here is fantastic. Again, the light, just the way you got that mist burning the way, but the light's still piercing through the tree canopies there. I think that is brilliant. It's going to be so good to see what that looks like across different maps. Nice little side building here with good textures on there. I wonder what that could be. Well, maybe we'll find out. Now, this is the first of 3 photos we're going to have a look into in a bit more detail. This is inside the old grain mill. Now, Giants have made a great point of having different buildings across the map that have been used from like hark back to different times, really, and this is one of the grain mills that you can actually get inside of, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to look at these 3 photos as one. This is a better shot of the outside to show just how run down it is, and that there's obviously a lot that needs to be done. Now I don't know, I haven't seen it documented anywhere that you could be able to potentially repair this, much like you could build the there's a mission on the Silver Run Forest where you could rebuild the fairground. Be awesome if you could harvest wood, cut planks, and then put those planks towards the renovation of something like a sell point. I'm not sure if that's a thing. It would be just a great feature to add on in there. But you can see from the outside here, it's really looking quite run down. I love the textures and how they've actually done that. It looks really cool. Right next to the old train tracks there as well. And similarly, as we scroll out here, a different shot from different side, but check out the lighting on that as well. It looks a lot better. Oh, clearly more middle of the day now, and it's the sun is coming right down from up high, and it's looks very well made. No longer is it just a shell, but you can actually interact. You can walk around this. You can see it a bit more there, and it just really adds a bit of character when you drive across various parts of America for sure, and I'm sure it's the same across the rest of the world. When you see old barns, old buildings that once could tell a story about the industry that worked there but no longer are used, and then they slowly start to decay and crumble away, I think that's perfect. But yeah, so really like the looks of that, but I'd be really curious to see if you could actually renovate it and use it. And we're over at one of the other grain sell points here. Now this boat, we're going to see a little bit more detail later on. You can see there's another one moving into view and into port here. So clearly this is a good sell point. Now I don't know if at this sell point here, if you can only sell grain when the boats are in, for example, or if you can sell at any time, and then, or if you can take control of the boats and sell them much like you can for trains. That'd be pretty cool if you want to do that. At least they could, drive it through to a certain point in the map, and then it'll just automatically sell off for you as well. But certainly something we'll have to look in and see how that goes. But really nice detail again across the grain elevator there, and across all of the different tower pieces. That's really quite cool. And yeah, just nice to see. I'm sure many people have had to use such a process to sell their grain, so it's really nice to see it in there. The water textures, look at the mirroring on the water. I think that's really nice. I do love that, the ripples there as well, but still that little bit of a haze across the foreground there as well. Super good to see. Another grain sell point here as well, this time with the train tracks coming on through. But again, it looks like we're getting into the evening. The school bus is out. Lights are on there as well next to the main road. But look at the shadows piercing through and how the light splits across the grain elevator there. That just looks fantastic. Other things I really like here as well are the new gravel textures across the bottom. Next to the train tracks there. I think they're really pretty cool. Now we're moving to a different area of the countryside now. This does look like another a new roller coaster, let's call it. This looks like something that we have to build, and you would probably be required to produce some products to build it, one would guess. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe a big tent. I don't know. But yeah, curious to see what happens when you add to that and see where it goes. Certainly doesn't look like it's anything else, but Nice views across the trees, that's for sure. Really do like the looks of this. Back into the woodlands again. Different little stream here. You've got a few different reeds and rushes in here with your cattails in there now as well. Fallen down tree, which is pretty cool to see, but just nice dense woodland next to some of the fields that you have with those beautiful new crop textures to the left-hand side. Really, really like this actually. I just can't wait to see things like the reflections on the water, but the mist in the early morning. I think that's going to be so, so good to see. I can't wait to be able to take some photos with that. Now we're next to another sell point here. Now this is clearly a rope factory. Crossing Point Ropes, showing you the wet rope since 1998. I wonder if 1998 has any significance. We've got the Kubota from the Kubota DLC in there, the small mini loader, just doing its thing. But yeah, be able to produce some, would it be cotton that you would take in to make the ropes? Probably not. Nylon? I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll be able to figure that one out. Now look at this old mill. This is looking rather fantastic. All resplendent in the sunshine there. Beautifully made. This water mill here with the wheel. Love to see that in action. I wonder if that will actually move in real life and in game, beg your pardon, because it's how you'd animate that would be quite interesting. A beautiful looking building now, again with your picturesque scene down by the river here as well. Lovely, lovely attention to detail on the map objects. And hey, come on down to Sunflower Farm and take a photo, making a memory here. Now, there's a lot to see here. A lot of different sell points and features. You'll see this wooden carriage is something that you can produce, much like with any production chain. Requires a lot of different components there. You could make furniture in FS22, but you can even bring this one in and make some carriages by the looks of things there, which is rather awesome. Sunflower Farm, so it looks like Sunflower's going to be back in there again. And you've got a little flower stall there. Be curious to see if that's just greenhouse flowers that they're selling or if there is more to flowers than meets the eye. I'll have to wait and see about that. Elsewhere though, you got a lot of detail around here. It looks like a really nice traditional kind of prairie set, and with the huge big red barns there too. But yeah, very, very nice to see. Yeah, it's nicest to see that a bit of attention has been made to the home farms just to make it look a little bit more characterful. And as we were speaking about carriages, here is the factory. A lot of goods and materials need to be brought into here to produce a single carriage, like this lovely example over here. But lovely, lovely looking setup. The terrain is fantastic. I really do like how they've managed to kind of stagger and set up this whole factory here. But just, again, a nice, different approach. Really do think this is great. And I'll be very curious to see exactly what you have to supply in order to knock out one of those. Now, what Prairie Town is not complete without a water tower? And there you go, Riverbend Springs water tower. Looks majestic. Probably like just towering across everything else in the area as well. But looking on into the background there, you got a few different crops coming through. Can't quite see what that one is. Check out all of the different color across the trees here as well. Clearly getting into autumn, just looks absolutely fantastic with all the different golden, reddy, browny colors across the foreground there and right into the foreground too. Very, very nicely taken photo. Also shows you the terrain here as well. You can see some of the other barns in the foreground there. You got another water tower as well. So everything looks like it's nicely spread out. It's not a flat map, which is really important, I think. And it's looking just superb. And here is the map itself. Lots of different size fields there. Now, of course, they'll be laid out in different terrains, but look at good size fields. Giants do have a way, kind of a pattern of the way they make their fields there, but I think with each and every version of either a new game or a DLC that comes out, you can see that a lot of effort is coming to change up how they make their maps. Now, there's a lot of emphasis on water here, and you can see that very much throughout the map with either the big river through the middle or smaller rivers and lakes leading into the river. But I really do like that approach. Now, you can see where you'll have your different docks, for example. And then there'll be a few more around here by the looks of things too, so they will be specific for different sell points as well, but very, very nice to see. I like it. It's a good change up. I'll be curious to see what it looks like over here. I love the fact that the clouds are coming into this though. That looks really cool. I really like that touch. Now it looks like we are in spinach here, which is maybe what we were seeing from afar, just the LOD looked a bit different. A nice strong crop of spinach. I'd be curious to see a little bit more information about when we start to get into this one, but nice to have a leaf crop in there as well, something completely different to get stuck into. And yeah, lots of machines coming to help us harvest this, no doubt. I also like, I must say, how a lot of these photos have a water tower either very much in the front of the photo or just present. I like that. And here we are on the ferry. You can take the ferry across the river there, so you load up with all your machines, assuming they'll fit, and take it on over there. But only when the canal barge is not coming through. The tugboat is not pushing through a barge full of grain. So that's really cool. I'd love to. I can't wait to see how this, what the relationship is between these two in terms of if the ferry's halfway across, does this wait? Does this not leave if the ferry's coming close by? Do you control the ferry? Not too sure. A lot of questions about that one, but that could be pretty cool. If it's like the milk trucks of old in previous versions of the game, if they just batter you into submission, I don't know, but we'll have to find out. Really nice design. I like the actual tugboats themselves there. They do look pretty cool. Do like that. And it's just a nice feature to have there. It brings character to the map. And here's our farmer standing in her rice field looking at what's happening. Now, I really like this photo for a couple of reasons. First of all, it shows you the new crop type there in its second stage of growth, as I would say, because it looks a little bit taller from when it was planted. Maybe that's just me. You've got the water pump in the background. You've got the beautiful looking sunset on the horizon there with all the different clouds and the sun piercing through that. And look at the water ripples as well as this lady's clearly walked into the middle of the field. Just looks superb. And is that a drone or is that just a bird? Looks like a drone. We can have drones in here now. Let's see, say it's one. Maybe it's just the way it's photo's taken. But would you let me know in chat? Do you think that's a drone or a bird? Not sure. Anyway, but yeah, really, really nice photo. Really nice looking field of rice here as well, and just looking great to see how it changes up. And we'll continue to follow this along its growth. Now we're over at the Paperworks. Another opportunity here for your production trades, and there's the answer to my question. Our water turbine is actually moving here. The water mill is moving, so that's really neat. That must have taken quite a lot of working out there. I love the brick textures on these old buildings here with the old chimney there as well. Like all the old signs that they've managed to put up now as well. I think that's pretty cool. Making paper out of wood. Forestry, wood. Is that a malt or malt chips? Don't know what that says. Pulp something. Nice. I can't quite read those, but there's your process for making paper, folks. Interesting. Yeah, really, really nice. So good to see. Another nice production chain. Again, lots of detail around all the windows as well, with like little textures on there, so it looks like they're inhabited, which is pretty cool. So yeah, can't wait to see that in a bit more detail. And this looks like we're going to be at one of our general stores. Again, it's getting late at night there. The lights are on. The mist is coming in again. I wonder as well if the mist is just going to come in and out at the end of every day, or with seasons there, if it'll kind of change a little bit. And, you know, depending upon the other conditions there, if you'll see more or less mist, that'll be something to keep an eye on. And finally, folks, the best photo of them all. It's a cement factory. That's what we all want to see. We want to see a cement factory. I'm just kidding. There's a John Deere 3650 in game, folks. And look at it. Look at it. It looks superb. Really nice to see that the Giants have continued to extend that classic John Deere range with the 3650. An absolute beast of a machine, let's be honest. Really nice to see. Loving all the levers in there as well. Looks very, very well made. It's on Trelleborg, so we'll probably get that switched out straight away. But otherwise, it looks just fantastic. I'm very, very much impressed with it. So that was a very pleasant surprise. Nice to have cement works in there though, so clearly taking stones and making lime out of those stones, and then you can probably bring that here, I would guess, or that maybe this is just a sell point for stones. It would look like, based on that trailer load, that that's what's happening there anyway. But yeah, great to have it in there, but fantastic to see this. Really opens up to what other classic tractors will be coming in there as well. I do hope they've kept all the ones from FS22. But just really nice to see. A bit of dirt texture on here as well. Nice to see it on the inside of the wheel arches there as well, not just all on the wheels. Wheels are looking quite well presented. But yeah, really, really good. I like the fact if you look at this trailer as well, which is clearly quite full with stone there, you can see the tires are starting to show that, which is really interesting. So I think that's a nice step to take as well. So really, really good to see. That is the lot. That is all of the photos that have been released by Giants of Riverbend Springs. It's starting to look really good. And the more it goes on, the more I'm getting excited for it. If you have enjoyed this, do let me know what you think of all the photos in the comments down below there. If you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing for more. And if you're thinking about pre-ordering it, then use the code that is in the description for pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and it'll go a long way to supporting the channel as well. But thank you very much for watching for now. I do hope you have enjoyed. I've been Simulation for the Nation. We'll bring you more updates as and when we get them. Until next time, see you later.